It is Star Wars: Age of the Empire, Episode 3, Neglected Obligation. And of course, you guys made it, went through hyperspace. It was about 30 hours to get to Ryloth, and you landed on Leb'Reen. Of course, receiving a transmission from the other group, which I have. So you can find out what happened. Here we go.
So Nuzun Tem is a force user. He's already removed the holocron from the safe behind the wall, behind the locked doors. Could not be recovered. Beat a hasty retreat. On our way to you now.
I didn't realize we were going to use that when you did that.
Yes, yes. The other group joins you guys probably, 5 or 6 hours later. The items are sold. There are other items in that vault that the other group recovered. They were all sold except 2 items. One was some sort of lightsaber, and the other was a unique version of spice that was kept. Everything else was sold. Enigma said that he would buy it and gave the other group, the credits for it. But you have been here at Leb'Reen probably for, well, it wouldn't matter how many days you've been here. I will say you've been here like 5 days. So that's 5 wounds you can recover as you rest every night. The Empire is around Leb'Reen. They sort of search. They keep an eye out at everybody, but they're not kicking in doors and checking up on people.
Did we lose our strain too?
Yeah, all your strain is gone. Yes.
Strain's gone 1 night. Wounds go away 1 per night. However, my wounded pride, realizing that Ava is both a better marksman and has better equipment, is not going away for a long damn time.
You get the impression that maybe some of the soldiers who patrol Leb'Reen are probably paid off, or at least there's enough of them on the take that the free Ryloth resistance movement can exist here without the Empire causing too many problems. You are under the watchful eye of a person named Shassa Dinn, who immediately takes you in because she knows a particular person in the party, another Twi'lek, who she recalls being, on Ryloth at some point and has sort of left because things in the last few years have been very difficult because they have been fighting the Empire's occupation, and it's gotten, let's just say, probably like a year ago, there was an epic battle with an admiral that had come in, an Admiral Thrawn, who about decimated the Free Ryloth movement. But he is no longer in charge of this sector of space. Something has happened. He has left. There is a new admiral who is now in charge. The Free Ryloth movement believes that their focus is the rebels because of what happened a year ago at the Battle of Yavin and the destruction of their super weapon. They are really not paying attention. They don't have the resources. She says that they have not reinforced a garrison that is about 1 mile outside of Leb'Reen. They have not done, they just aren't bringing in supplies anymore. Of course, you've come here, you've been able to sell equipment. You're probably looking to buy equipment. She says that's all great. Supply resources are limited, and she will gladly sell you various items that you have credits for, as long as you help her with a particular matter that she has. The garrison just outside of Leb'Reen, there is an array that they monitor that does long-range communications. After the battle with this Admiral Thrawn and Cham Syndulla, who is the Twi'lek freedom fighter who everyone knows, he has vanished as well. So the resistance movement has become fractured, and there are those in the resistance movement who want to take the garrison on, who are just ready to take up arms and just overrun the garrison. She believes that we probably could take the garrison with enough of our soldiers. However, that will just invite the Empire to bomb the living shit out of the planet, because what's the point then? Yeah. Leb'Reen has sort of managed to stay too much out of the fray. They've taken a little bit of damage. The capital city is the one that's taken most of the destruction, but we'll just get destroyed. So we don't need to do that. What we need to do is infiltrate the garrison and put in a device that will allow us to read their communications, because that intelligence will be much more important than actually destroying the garrison. She doesn't seem to get a lot of help from the others in her group that want to do this. She would do it herself, but it is her and a bunch of younger Twi'leks who are inexperienced. All the more experienced ones have left to the capital city to fight. So she is kind of like in 6 months, she could probably train them up to do it. But since you are here and you seem to have a certain array of skills, that you're probably much more capable of doing this. Also, while there's one group that needs to do that, there's another group that actually needs to go to the array and overlook it, because she is afraid that there will be a faction of her group that will attempt to destroy it, that they have threatened to do this, and it will be kind of pointless if they get that in place and it gets blown up. Once that gets in place, she can tell the other groups that, you know, she can disclose to them the information she has, and that will probably dissuade them from doing anything else.
Great. So we have to mix it up with the local rebels, presumably, because they're not going to listen to reason, unless reason is the name of somebody's gun, which is going to make us real great guests on this planet. Oh boy. Well, another reason to move on, I guess.
She has one set of stormtrooper armor that you can wear. Obviously, for a Twi'lek, that armor doesn't really fit anyone very well. That could be a way to get inside the garrison.
Who can wear the armor?
I know that I can. I was a stormtrooper.
Oh, well, then you know all about that.
You were what?
Yeah, I thought I made it quite clear back in the day.
What happened? Why do you not serve your empire anymore? Is that frowned upon?
A disagreement of policy. I don't care for the government that much.
You left on a whim?
You don't serve a lifetime there. It's a 2-year enlistment thing. What do you think?
You can live for 2 years as a stormtrooper.
Yeah, you enlist for a period of time, and then once you're done with the enlistment, you're done.
I thought all you guys were clones. That's what the rumors say.
Clone Wars were more than 30 years ago.
The rumors keep saying the Empire is bringing all the clones back.
The clones were phased out almost as soon as the Clone Wars came to an end, like 5 or 6 years after. It's mostly, you know, recruits from the regular army nowadays.
Huh.
I can wear the armor. The question is, are we the team that's going to do the infiltrating, or are we the team that's going to be engaging the rebels?
Yeah, that is a good question. GM, is this the Thursday Friday split?
No, this is
No.
this is for you guys.
Both of those objectives are for us.
Yep.
How heavily guarded is this compound?
There are, I would say, at least 24 soldiers, stormtroopers. There are also 2 TIE fighters that are at their disposal. I do not know the state that they are in.
So we will need to find a way to at least neutralize the TIE fighters and a swath of the soldiers.
Well, we don't have to kill any of them, actually. We're going in there peacefully. We just need to get in there, plant the device, and get out. The goal is to stop the rebels from destroying the station.
By neutralize, I mean
Yeah.
to make it not a problem. Whether that is through physical means or what have you. We at least should cover our tracks.
Yeah, for the infiltrators, quiet is the best way to go, because if anybody catches on that something went down in the base, they're going to start looking double hard for all the problems.
Do we have ID?
Does that mean we can't steal one of the TIE fighters?
Not unless it happens to land beside the city for some reason, and then we steal the TIE fighter and fly it back. But that's a completely different set of armor that you'd have to be wearing too.
I've only flown a TIE fighter once. I won't do that again.
Probably best if we don't try flying a TIE fighter. It's going to, again, attract a lot of attention, and if they know the base has been infiltrated, they're then going to go ahead and check and see what's been tampered with.
Okay, but one of these days, we need to get me a TIE fighter.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but infiltration is not my specialty. Mixing it up with wrong-headed idiots Sounds like my way to go here.
I'm not the best at infiltration, but I have a feeling I'm the only one the armor will fit on, unfortunately.
If you're ex-Empire, you're going to know some of the basic codes and protocols. That makes a hell of a lot of difference.
Yeah, I'll understand the basics of it at least. What can you tell us about this base?
What would you like to know?
Well, you have the Stormtrooper armor. Was it from a soldier who's currently serving there, or do we have identification to get on to base, or how do
There is identification for this one soldier whose armor we were able to obtain.
What do we know about patrols? Do the soldiers just come and go as they wish? Is this a forward operation base? Do they have regular patrols? How's the base guarded? Do they have a guard post where they have a check-in, sign-out, sign-in sheet, all that stuff?
There are 2 towers that keep watch. The base is sort of set back into one of the caves where the TIE fighters do launch out of. The array sits on top of the plateau. Their shifts are irregular. They don't go at any set times. However, 4 to 6 of them leave the base to come to Leb'Reen to patrol and check to make sure that nothing is going on.
And do we have to get the device on the physical array itself, or does it have to be on the communication equipment within the array complex?
Well, you may be able to get into the communications command center, though that may be difficult. Applying it to one of the arrays itself may work as well.
Okay. And you
That
said
may be easier to get to since it is exposed on that plateau.
so there's a cave with 2 towers slightly outside of it, and the array is on top of the...
Yeah, so yeah, on top of the plateau. So think of the plateau, and then inside that plateau is sort of like the base. Yeah, and the array is on top of that plateau.
But
Okay.
getting it on the array is acceptable, so we wouldn't have to.
Yes, I believe that that can be done as well. Getting to it is rather precarious. There is I believe they use an access ladder from the base that goes up around the plateau to get there. You do have a ship, but you have to also remember there is a shield generator that they use to protect it from any kind of attacks. But obviously infiltration from a small team getting in and getting inside and destroying it, the shield would not protect them from that kind of activity.
How high up is the plateau?
I was going to say meters, but
That's okay. In imperial measurements.
it is roughly a quarter of a mile. I should say a half of a mile, about 700 meters.
If we had some climbing equipment, we might be able to scale it and avoid going into the base altogether.
Wow, that doesn't sound like something I'd be very helpful with.
Well, I can climb it if I have to without too much trouble. And if I'm in the Stormtrooper armor, it would just look like someone there if they spot me when I'm up there anyway. And there wouldn't be too many questions asked, most likely. That might be the best way of doing it.
Let's ask about the flip side of this. Can you show us where you expect the rebels to try to attack from so we know where to cut them off?
Well, they will probably use some sort of climbing gear and try to come from the back side, which is very precarious because of the rocks. It's very loose rocks back there, but some of them have been training specifically for this event. I would not advise it unless you are expert climbers.
They've got to climb from somewhere, so if we can just get ahead of them, like at the base of whatever they're climbing from, we can dissuade them. And speaking of dissuasion, how unhappy are you going to be if some of them have unfortunate accidents?
That is the price of what needs to be done. I will handle whatever the fallout is.
Very pragmatic of you.
I'm sure
Much
people listen
appreciated.
to reason and just good rational thought if it's just presented to them properly. I mean, that should be a piece of cake just to talk to them and persuade them.
Uskig, since you are here, do you wish to speak with them?
Are they here now?
Do you want me to arrange? I could arrange such meetings with them if you wish. I don't know how happy they will be to see you since you have not been here for quite some time.
Oh, that's not my fault. I wasn't trying to stay away. I wanted to be here and be part of it, but I just couldn't be here. You know, my heart is with Twi'lek, of course.
Very well. You try to talk. When it fails, and it will fail, I'll back you up.
Well, one, it seems to make more sense to try to arrange a meeting and talk them and maybe use other means of persuasion if necessary somewhere other than on the side of a cliff.
It is indeed a poor time to use the arts of persuasion.
But I do think I think it'll be fine. It'll work out great. We've got this. I mean, you just got to have a positive attitude and just a good outlook on life.
And superior firepower.
Like I said, a good outlook on life.
As in looking out the rangefinder with scope.
Now, that's not going to be necessary.
Shassa, Dinn, you mentioned that we can place this device on either the array itself or the control center. But is one better than the other? If an array goes down and it has the device on it, would it stop working?
That is definitely something to consider. There is a central junction box on the top of the array that you probably want to plant the device on if you wish to go that way. That way it will capture whatever signals from any of the three if one goes down.
Very well. And it sounds like this team of miscreants, of unruly rebels, is going to be potentially going up the array anyway. So that might be the best approach. We'll find this box.
How do Imperial reinforcements normally arrive at this base?
They would probably come via shuttlecraft, but I don't anticipate reinforcements.
No, I mean, let's say that some Imperial soldier would be transferred here. Would they come via, say, or how did this soldier leave from here to go on leave?
The soldier was a deserter.
Oh, a deserter. Okay. So if someone were to come, would they come via a civilian vessel that would land here and then they'd be brought to the base, for example?
They would come via a shuttlecraft.
An Imperial shuttlecraft, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
There's no easy way to get onto base because they definitely notice a different stormtrooper coming back with them, even in armor. They do a head count so they know if someone's in incorrect armor.
Worse, if he's a deserter and you show deserter's ID, they're likely to try to
Exactly.
detain you.
Precisely, which defeats the entire purpose of the exercise. No,
I don't ever want to be detained by the Empire.
you definitely don't want to be detained by the Empire. Trust me on that. So there's no easy way to get up. It still sounds like our best bet is just scaling the cliffside, because we don't have a way to get in, unfortunately.
Geezer finally pipes up and asks Sasha Dinn, how often do they do maintenance on this array? Do they ever have inspections and inspectors coming in to inspect the routine maintenance of the array? How often is that happening?
The maintenance has been more and more infrequent. I don't recall the last time that a maintenance crew arrived.
So what you're saying is that they are due for an inspection.
You could say that they would be, yes.
So if we had some sort of orders for an inspection, we can just walk in the front door.
If we could get orders for an inspection and fake radio communications that one's supposed to go in, and make sure that any transmissions they send asking for verification of the inspection were to go back to us, we intercept them. If we could do that, then it should be possible. We'd also need a land vehicle probably, so it looks like we drive in, but that could look legit, certainly.
I do like that would work.
And if it's, for example, a stormtrooper and a droid, exactly, no questions would be asked.
So then the rest of us will have to find a way to just scout the array or get up there somehow.
Or prevent the rebels from going ahead and destroying it. They're going to be on a cliff face for quite some time. It'll be quite easy to shoot off of it if you need to.
Yeah, well, you Scrug there thinks the whole point is to keep them from heading out in the first place. Glad you share my idea of what's really going to happen.
No.
Right,
It's not going to come to that. We're gonna have a reasonable, rational conversation with them. I'm sure they'll agree with us.
If it does come to that, then if we can, stun them or inflict non-lethal damage, they could be rescued.
That is a good point, Vortigern. You might want to take some stun grenades with you to this casual conversation.
Depends on if the lady's letting us into her armory early, because I thought buying from her was contingent on fulfilling the mission.
Yeah, but speaking of grenades, We are going to have to buy some grenades before we go do this.
Do we need grenades?
Sure
No.
would be nice to have some grenades, I promise.
How is your shot with blaster?
I'm okay.
Just mechanic-wise, is there such a thing as a stun grenade in this?
Yes.
Yes.
I
yes.
used my stun grenade and my frag grenade in Thursday night's game. I had one of each and they're both gone.
They are both
They were very useful and I really want more.
good for ship comp.
She can provide you with 2 stun grenades if you need them.
Ha! I'll take some more firepower. There's never a problem with having too much equipment.
I think I'd like to have one.
Ha!
Do
Can you throw, little man?
Well, just a few days ago.
We'll split them then. You take one, I'll take one. Yeah, which skill is that? Range light for grenades? Range light? Okay.
Yeah, you're not going to throw a grenade a very long way.
Not with that attitude.
Back in the day, I could throw a grenade over those mountains.
Do you want to go talk to one of the other faction leaders? Is that what I'm hearing?
Uskid would like to, yeah. If
Is
anybody
it-
else wants to go, of course.
You heard my character. He thinks it's going to go to shit, and he's going to be backing up the guy who's trying to talk down these idiots.
Xavier will go. With you there, I believe I could help talk some sense into them. I have
What? The force,
a +2.
do we know he's a force user yet or not?
She?
Yeah. Do we know if she's a force user yet or not?
Well, she did touch me inappropriately, and suddenly I felt really good about it, so probably.
The healing. Does the force have power over weak minds?
I don't know what this force is. What is this force?
Don't believe in it. It's not real.
You're asking the wrong person, but you ask the Jedi and you'll get a 30-minute lecture that sounds like half mysticism, half religion, and half bullshit. But boy, those guys can do things that nobody else can.
The Jedi were exterminated years ago when they rebelled against the Republic. Everyone knows that. You can't ask them anything anymore.
There were people like this Jedi. These people like these Jedi, these enclaves of people who had special talents. And even though they were hunted by Sindum, they managed to survive in small enclaves and that were well hidden by great technology. So even though they may be hunted, if they're anything like the psionics that I am familiar with, they will be alive, although in small.
Psionics? You mean like you can move things with your mind?
That was not my gift. I trained in the arts of healing. I prefer to make love, not war.
She's very good at touching people.
You know, you and I think we're going to be friends. Great, great friends.
Well, with any luck, I will hopefully not have to heal you too much.
Oh, no, I won't get hurt. Nothing's bad going to happen to me.
Is that what the grenades are for?
That is what the
Yeah.
grenades are for.
Seems like the guy who thinks nothing's going to happen doesn't need a stun grenade. I'll take yours anytime.
No. I'm not worried about talking to my fellow Twilights in the rebellion. I'm sure we can talk about out of it. Things will be just fine. But sometimes you don't get a chance to talk to somebody. And if you don't get a chance to talk to somebody and they start shooting at you, sometimes you just pull the pin and the stun grenade, you throw it at them, you wait till they're asleep, you tie them up, and then when they wake up, you talk to them. And then everything's all good then. If I could just go and meet this emperor, I'm sure that I could convince him to stop being quite so mean to some of the people that he doesn't like.
I have yet to see that work on an emperor, but this might be the first. This is all, after all, not my home universe.
Besides, stun grenades, hope for the best, plan for the worst.
You're not completely foolish.
Just optimistic. See, I just changed your mind.
Are you going to this? You're not going to this meeting. All right.
No, I'm changing.
All right. So who is going to meet with one of the faction leaders? Obviously, Uskig, Xavier.
Maybe once I'm done changing, I'll show up to the meeting, but I have to change first.
Yeah, gotta put on that stormtrooper armor right before you meet.
Meet a bunch of rebels who are on the edge. Yep.
You know, I
Now,
don't think I could recommend that.
Well, to be
It's too
fair,
late.
these are Twilight faction
Yeah.
people. They are not. So the Twilight, the Free Ryloth Movement is not aligned with the Rebel Alliance. They're not on the same wavelength because basically they fought the Separatists Separatists left, and then the Republic showed up, which they saw as invaders, which turned into the Empire, which they saw as invaders. So they don't care for the Rebel Alliance.
Gotcha.
My defense, I'm neither.
All right, Vortigern, are you going to this meeting?
Yeah, I mean, that was my whole idea, is backing up Yuskig. How do you pronounce that?
Yuskig Oil Luba. I think it's what was on the character.
Yeah, so it was the random generator.
The random generator.
That was the random generator. Wonderful.
I was like, that sounds alien. Let's roll with it.
Yeah. So she gives you these directions, tells you which, where to go, what particular small little hovel to visit. It is the evening, so it is now nighttime. Not a lot of people are out on the streets walking around. It's a cool, crisp evening as you make your way to meet some guy named Cho'Tesh. He is one of the faction leaders.
What is one of the favorite drinks to drink on Twilight?
Whiskey.
Blue milk.
Brandy.
Let's see. There is a Twi'lek liquor called
Liquor.
Solok? Is
yeah.
it silent tea or do you pronounce the tea?
It could be a silent tea. That's fine. Yeah, Solok.
I say, guys, let's stop somewhere along the way and find some Solok. Let's find a good bottle of Solok to bring along with.
Excellent idea. Drunk people have worse aim.
I think I know a place where we can probably find a decent bottle of Solok.
Is this place above board?
I mean, it'll be perfectly safe.
All
She
right.
just kinda gives you she just raises her eyebrow at you.
All right. Let's see. You got Underworld, like Black Market,
Yeah.
one of those things. Okay.
I got Underworld or Skullduggery.
Yeah, Underworld. I'll give you one difficulty. You should be able to find this if you want to roll that. You recall where one of these places have been, where used to sell this. Now, granted, it tastes awful, but the aftertaste actually is pretty good, and that's the redeeming quality of this type of liquor.
And of course, the buzz.
You haven't taken any strain, but the advantage could easily be that you get it at a very reasonable price, only a couple credits.
Oh, look at this. I got a great price on this. This is really quality solid. Oh, they're just going to love us here. I just guarantee it. I just know they will. So I guess we make our way to this hovel.
I'm going to assume that Geezer would probably stay behind with Ava.
Yes.
We have to hack the communication network so we can make sure we can get the fake thing so they believe we're arriving.
Okay. All right. So you make it to the hovel, the door, and you knock on it. The door opens. A young Twi'lek answers, looks at your group. He kind of ushers you into a very modest little home with a straw mat on the floor and a few decorative vases and ceramic work on some shelves, and sitting in a chair is Cho'Tesh, the orange Twi'lek, who looks a bit older. He's got some scars and stuff on him. And a quick examination of him, you realize that he is missing a foot. And he looks at you as you come in. There's a couple other Twi'leks in the room with him. They're playing some sort of dice game or something, and you realize that they kind of look at you. They acknowledge you have come in. They're paying attention to what's going on. So, Skig, is that you?
Cho'Tesh. And I bow profusely. It is I, Uskig. I haven't seen you since I was just a child.
Oh, yes.
Thank you for welcoming us and my friends into your home.
Yes. What brings you here on this evening?
Why, nothing but the best of Solok for you, my friend, and for your family and for your other friends. And maybe a quiet word.
So he takes the bottle from you and uncorks it, takes a quick sniff, hands it to somebody who takes it out back behind some beads into a back room. He kind of looks at everybody else in there and kind of gives them a nod. They kind of pick up their stuff and walk out. The word you wish to have.
Okay, straight to business then it is. It's my understanding that you are wanting to you want to go ahead and take out that garrison, don't you?
It is weak, and now is the time to strike. The Empire has suffered greatly since They've been fighting these rebels with their weapon that was destroyed. They are keen to find their base and dispatch them. I don't believe they will send many reinforcements here. In fact, they will probably just abandon this base. They are ripe for the picking.
I agree. They are weak here. Has it occurred to you that if you destroy the base, they may decide that our world isn't worth it? And what defenses do we have against this Star Destroyer and just total planetary bombardment?
Yes, they would have destroyed this place months ago if they felt that was the case.
Are you sure? Are you sure we weren't supposed to be taken out after Alderaan? I mean, I agree. These rebels are a nuisance. They're starting a lot of problems, but they have weakened the Empire. But I mean, Uncle, we have to think about this. You know, Shassa Dinn has a different idea.
I had heard that she had taken in some guests recently.
Well, that was us. And she has tasked a couple of others of my friends to go and try to plant something here at this array where we can intercept the communications of the Empire. And if they don't find out about it, we would know their plans. And their weak garrison couldn't cause us any problems here, and we would know what they were up to. And we could verify that they would definitely not destroy us if we took out the garrison.
This is a fool's errand.
Well, when have you known me to be anything other than a fool? And what kind of friends do you think I'm running around with? A bunch of other fools, but we're pretty good at being fools.
Do not lump me in with this fool. I am here because of circumstances, not because I am signed up to be a fool.
Oh, we're all a little bit foolish from time to time, but you know, we're pretty accomplished. I mean, you did just hear about our recent exploit.
Do tell.
Nuzun Tem. I just say Nuzun Tem's name.
I heard that he came into some problems at Tajaman shadowport.
He came into some problems. He lost some things.
And he's
looking awfully foolish right now.
And he ran like a coward. He has this darkness. He feels like he is sick, but not physically.
Yeah, well, he's sick enough. He has a couple of holes in him right now. Unless he got to a good medic.
What do you say? Give us a chance to put this device into use and see if we can get it to work. Hold off on this attack for just a little while at least.
Yusik, I have not seen you since. It's been quite some time. There have been many battles fought. Many have died since you have left. And now you return and you claim to have taken on a crime lord and now wish to work in what? The Free Ryloth Movement? What precipitated this turn?
I mean, honestly, well, Shassa Dinn took us in. We had to lay low a little bit. And I thought, what better place than to be able to come see my old family because I've been gone for so long. But now that I'm here, my heart still belongs to you. This is my home.
If this is true, if this is what you say, then I need you to go up there and destroy that array, because that is the prudent thing to do.
I don't know, Uncle. I mean, if we get the Empire too upset with us, they could just destroy us out of hand. But knowing their plans, knowing their secrets, oh, that's power.
Those are things that could be sold as well. That could bring additional resources if times are tough here. When we're here, does it look like there's a lot of poverty and like kind of the effects of war are obvious?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like, every other building's destroyed. It seems to be in relatively good shape. But yeah, most of the people are fairly poor.
Having that information would be a currency, would be something that you would always have available to sell, which would be helpful to you. I would imagine. It seems that you have many needs: medicine, food, shelter, things that sort of currency would help provide, or at least help offset.
Not just that, but if you know of shipments that are going to be coming in and landing ahead of time, you know where to set ambushes and fight the guerrilla warfare properly.
I understand your pain, but for what it's worth, I think you are underestimating the reach and the power of this empire.
Oh no, I don't believe so. We have spent many, many years fighting this empire. We are well aware of the reach of this empire. We just know that Ryloth is not on their list anymore.
But that does not mean it will be on their list tomorrow.
They've got a small garrison here. It's ill fortified. They can't take much action against you. You destroy it, though, you might move our name to the top of the list.
Retaining your culture and saving lives is of importance, or something that is important to you or this planet anyway. That would go against those ideals, unless you plan to flee and make a new life elsewhere.
No, we don't plan to flee. What if we were to take on that Star Destroyer?
With what? Do we have a fleet of our own?
You do have your stun grenades.
You skink. Did you ever learn to fly a ship?
I did. I even flew a TIE fighter once.
I could provide another pilot. You could fly those TIE fighters into the Star Destroyer with explosives.
TIE fighter into a Star Destroyer.
If you get it in the bay, you may be able to cause a chain reaction.
It would take more than landing in the bay, I can tell you that. Or even crashing into the bay.
That sounds like an even worse provocation. If you destroy a starfighter or a Star Destroyer,
Or you attack one.
yeah,
Hundreds and hundreds of ships, large fleets to take out one Star Destroyer.
But even if you did manage to do it, I don't know how big the way you describe it, it sounds like the size of moons. But if you managed to kill such thing, that would certainly provoke this empire to act hastily and decisively.
We've got to get everybody on our side and turn the galaxy against them. This isn't a war we can fight by ourselves.
Unfortunately, I cannot trust anyone else to fight this war.
So we make sure you're one of the first ones to get the information right behind. Once it's gathered, it comes straight to you. You're shared in all this information.
Is this
You can
something?
use it to your advantage.
Is this something that Shassa Dinn has promised?
In not so many words, but I'm absolutely sure I can make sure that happens. It's important to her that we get this done for her. I'm sure she can be convinced.
Then maybe the bargaining chip here is that the information will be shared equally. Maybe I shall provide you with the explosives to destroy the array. Maybe you will set them in place, but we will not destroy it. And in return, we will get the information that Shassa gets from this device. If she does not provide this information, then I will destroy it.
I don't know about you guys. I think those are very fair terms. I can take this to her. I think we can work out a deal.
Yes. I will tell the others not to attack, not to proceed with any sort of plans, and you will uphold your part of the bargain.
Gladly, I'll do this for you. Do you have these charges handy? Or do I
Yes,
need to come back?
No, I will hand them to you. He just kind of reaches under his chair, and there's like a cloth draped over it. And he reaches under and pulls out like a bag and slides it across to you. They're basically 6 magnetic demo charges.
Is this Shassa Dinn? Has she proven herself to be untrustworthy?
To say that our ways of seeing things are not exactly the same.
But you do fight for the same reasons and to achieve the same goal. The freedom of life.
Yes.
You don't always see eye to eye on how to get that done.
Correct.
If she agrees to this folly, then that is her decision. But it seems like planting explosives at the array and planting information at the array, you are just warring between yourselves rather than diverting that energy to the Empire. It seems like it's because you do not trust each other, or at least you do not trust her. It just is unfortunate. The real enemy is out there, not in here. But I am new to this place, so there is a long history that I am not aware of, and maybe that is justified. I have seen many atrocities and mistrust committed in my own homeworld, Jukarata.
Wuskig, you will perform this. You will send her this message.
I'll take the charges. I'll tell her the plan. I'll do my best to get her to go along with it. I'm sure I can make her agree. You know me. I always make it happen.
That is what I'm afraid of.
Claps you on the shoulder. He does know you all too well.
All too well.
Uncle, how about that time that we were going into into the arcade, and I told you I would get them to give us free ice cream, and they did.
Ha! And chased us out afterwards when they found out what you had done.
Hey, details.
Yeah.
Got the free ice cream.
There'll be times for reminiscing of childhood stories, you see. You complete this task and we will once again welcome you into our family.
I'm always part of the family, Uncle. You know me. But I shall go back now. I'll talk with Shassa Dinn, and we're going to make this happen. Free Ryloth.
He does not look convinced as you leave.
Damn it, Uncle. Now, what is my past with him? Do I have a sense that I trust him or distrust him?
I don't know. You were calling him his uncle, so apparently you're related somehow. You tell me, do you trust him or not?
I wanted to get Samuel L. Jackson on you for a second there. I ain't telling you a goddamn thing.
I mean, it sounds like this guy is probably somebody that he's going to work to get done what he needs to get done. He really doesn't care who gets in his way. Whether it be family or friends or enemy, he don't care. He'll just get done what he needs to get done.
Yeah. So we weren't exactly close or anything like that.
I mean, you probably had a few moments that, maybe he showed his more softer side, the ice cream in the arcade, but, that's probably few and far between.
Well, he gave us remote detonated explosives. We could always make sure they get back under his chair and make sure he doesn't know about it.
5 on the array and 1 under his chair.
Very bold of you to assume that we have the encumbrance to move those explosives.
That's right. So yeah, you head back to Shassa Dinn's.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that
They
Ava
got
has.
the stormtrooper.
Yeah. All right.
I tell her the plan that Cho'Tesh wants to use to guarantee that he gets the information.
Okay,
Show her the demo charges.
Okay, just hold on to the explosives here.
If it holds him, if it appeases him, at least for a little bit, that will work.
So you trust him not to just blow it up at the first chance that he's got?
Says, well, if we disable all the charges before we put them on, of course.
Well, can we take a moment here real fast? Myself and Giza are going to be taking a vehicle into there, and they're going to probably want to go ahead and take a look at the vehicle we're taking into there. And if we go through inspection and they see a bunch of remote charges in the vehicle we're taking in there, they're going to get very suspicious. It's probably best if we don't take the vehicle with a bunch of charges with us. You keep the charges here. I don't care where you put them, but we're not taking them with us.
Yes, we should not endanger ourselves any more than we need to for this petty feud.
We may have to make this a 3-part mission. I look at her and I say, how about if you modify the detonator so that it takes you and Cho'Tesh both to set them off?
No, set them off. They're not coming with us.
I promised my uncle.
I don't care. Okay, fine. You climb up that cliff and place the detonators up there, because me and Giza are not taking them up there. It's as simple as that. You made a promise you take them. You lied. It's as simple as that. It doesn't matter. You took the charges.
I didn't lie. I wouldn't lie to my Uncle Cho'Tesh.
You're right.
I'll take them up there.
You know what? Here, give me the charges and I'll plant them for you.
I mean, I'll take them up there. If you don't distract them, you're going to be in the base.
We're not doing any distraction. We're simply going ahead and planting the device up there. Then we're leaving.
But you're going in as inspectors, right?
Yes.
So make them all gathered up in one place and be inspected.
How are we going to inspect them? We're inspecting the machinery, not the troops.
Well, inspect the machinery, then inspect the troops.
We can't inspect the troops. We're not high-ranking officials.
No offense, but I heard the rumors that stormtroopers are bad shots.
That's a misnomer. We're actually very good shots, as you can see from my own shooting.
That's why you left. You didn't want to be surrounded by incompetence.
I'll tell you, they're far better than reputation would have you believe.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Give me the charges. I'll take care of this.
How are you going to hide them in your vehicle after you were just complaining about? No, we cannot take this.
Giza and I will figure something out.
I knew this would all work out for the best.
Zavir, my new comrade, you must understand at least the basics of the Jedi. They're light and dark. The light guys are crazy, but they fight like demons. but they won't hurt you if you don't hurt them. But the dark ones, I like the one we met at the bay, like the one that Nuzun Tem was. You're right, they're very dangerous. They destroy, kill, control, just as a matter of being who they are. You get a chance to kill a dark one, use excessive power and make sure they're dead. I am not happy that Nuzun Tem is on the run, because he will be back to be a thorn in our side. And probably poison in our drink, too. And these powers you have, just be aware. They will look like the light side Jedi. You should hide them if at all possible, because the dark runs the Empire these days, and will kill you if they think you are a rogue light, an unfound light.
Then you better not get hurt too badly. At least in public.
Just heal us in private. We can always shoot the witnesses. He grins very broadly at that to show that, you know, he's at least trying to make you think it's a joke.
So there's not a lot of transportation in the way. There is a land speeder that you can use.
That's what we have. I'm gonna go to the ship and get my gun. Let me know when the communication stuff's set up and we have the message sent. The one where we told them we're gonna do the inspection
Oh, okay.
of the, you know, the machinery and stuff, and there'll be an Imperial soldier escorting the droid mechanic.
All right. So you're going to send a message over to the garrison that that's going to happen.
Yeah, make it look official and make sure we intercept any incoming transmissions in case they try to verify. In the meantime, I'm going to the ship to dump off these demo charges so I'm not carrying them with me like an idiot onto the base. I told you I'll take care of them for you. I didn't say where I'd take care of them for you, though.
Yes, I rather figured you were going to ditch them somewhere.
Oh, Newsgig's going to be so upset with you when he finds out.
Well, that's why they're going in my bedroom so no one knows about it except me and Giza.
Probably be skullduggery, or it's not. I don't think it'd be deception. I think it's more skullduggery to do the message and the fake orders. I would think. I would have to double check on that.
Yeah, and I'll give them all the proper Imperial, how to say it to sound like an Imperial before I leave.
Yeah.
Give them a little boost if I can.
So if somebody wants to give me a skullduggery check, you will get a boost die. Let me set the dice pool. It will be 2 difficulty.
Yeah, skullduggery, what's that?
Okay, so I gave you the boost die. Now you should be clear. I cleared your thing out, Geezer, so go ahead.
Oh, no.
Okay, so trying to communicate with them and send them some orders. They're very skeptical of this required maintenance. Basically, you're not able to get any kind of like official order number or anything for a maintenance. So it's basically going to have to be, you're going to have to show up and kind of do it on a sense of like, this is an emergency. You can't say, oh, this is order number, blah, blah, blah. We're here for the maintenance. You're unable to do that. So it's going to have to be kind of a fly by the seat of your pants sort of investigation.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Or we show up really pissed off because we don't want to be out here and they didn't get the memo that we're coming.
Yeah.
That would be deception.
So you go out, you're going to head out in the morning. It's the evening time right now. Well, unless you want to head out now, I don't care.
Yeah, we can head out now. Make it seem
Okay.
like everyone's going to be tired and pissed off.
Okay. And what's the other 3 going to do?
Yeah, is there a way to approach the base, just in case we have to pull our comrades out? Is there a way to approach the base surreptitiously?
Yeah, I mean, you could go either, you could take the land speeder and they could drop you off at a certain point and you could hide behind some rocks and use some binos and watch, or try to get up to the base stealthily and keep a bird's eye, keep an eye on them if that's what you want to do.
We do have a ship as well, and I'm sure that more than one of us can fly.
Yeah, but I mean, flying a ship over the base is...
We do have to remember, I think me and Giza both have integrated communication systems on our persons at all times.
I have piloting for space, but not for planetary. I don't know how that's going
Planetary means cars.
Yeah.
That's what I figured.
Bases like ships. Yeah, and they'll get you into the base a lot faster than trying to run, 500 or 600 meters. Just I'm coming.
You could fly the ship nearby.
So the plan is to hang out on the ship and see if our comrades have trouble and fly the ship in if it fails and try to rescue him?
No, if we can't escape, you just leave the planet and get the fuck out because we're dead.
Yes, without having remote controlled explosives on our ship. Where did you drop those off?
Giza, you can drive the land speeder as well, correct?
I think so.
Do you want to drive it or do you want me to drive it? Because I have skills in planetary vehicles as well. It depends how we want to show ourselves looking. I can drive and act like your escort and you can do all the bitching and moaning if you like.
Yeah.
Okay, that could work. So I guess I'll drive the land speeder in very quickly.
Okay.
Really hard when I get to the gate. Like I'm really annoyed I have to do this.
All right. And the rest of you is going to head to the ship?
Yep.
Okay.
Now, apparently I have that piloting as a career, but my rank is 0.
Okay.
Does that mean I can't pilot, or I'm just not a
No,
very good
no,
pilot?
you can't. When you have a career, like it's marked off, it costs less to put ranks in it.
Anyone can do anything in this game. It just depends on how much it costs to upgrade it.
Right.
And if
Oh, I can pilot.
yeah. Off a cliff.
I didn't say how well I can pilot.
You really want to piss off the guy behind you with the grenades, and never mind.
It never hurt me.
Insight check.
All right. So you pull up to the gate, and there are clearly 2 towers on either side. You can see that there is somebody up there watching you. You pull up to the gate, and 2 stormtroopers come out. Can we help you?
Geezer starts off by saying, I guess the Empire has a version of OSHA. So I'm going to say, OSHA inspection number 49693923941 is way past due for this facility. We are here to perform the required inspection and any necessary maintenance.
And the one looks to the other. You heard anything about this? Hold on. We gotta put a call in. They kind of, one watches your speeder. The other one goes back, and you can see them talking. And the one comes over to you, Ava. Where are you out of? What's your identification number?
From the capital, PK1137642117-2981735, part of the ocean inspection team. I'm just on guard duty, man. I'm ready to be done with all this crap. You're the last base for the day.
How are things at the Capitol?
You would not believe the amount of crap going on there, right? You can't get in or off bases. There's no leave. There's nothing with all the rebel activity. I'm so done with this place. I just want my transfer.
Good luck with that. We're not getting
yeah.
out of here.
Isn't that the truth? I'm just ready to be finished. This is the last place for the day.
All right, Geezer. That's probably deception. I'm going to make it. And I'll give you a boost die for Ava's stormtrooper outfit and her talking about what she's added to the scene as far as this is the last one for the day and everything. You probably want to flip a light side point. Yeah, that's going to be a hard difficulty. So, and I've upgraded one of the dice to red. So
yeah, light side point away.
So I just go ahead and click on light.
Yep.
And then roll deception. All right, there goes.
Whoa!
Oh, nice. Got a despair, but just 2 successes and an
Advantage on despair.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So what does the despair do to offset the successes?
No, you succeed. You do succeed.
It's just but something really bad happens.
So the guy comes back and he's like, "Yeah, you're correct. That thing is definitely the long range communications array is definitely needs that inspection. We'll go ahead and lead you up there to make sure it gets done. We've notified higher of what's occurring. I think they're sending their own specialized team as well to make sure that it is properly taken care of. So.
Okay, then where do we need to pull up here?
Yeah, so they open the gates. You guys pull in. They kind of give you some looks at this crappy speeder, and they lead you out around this. You really don't enter the base as much as you kind of go around some retaining walls. And in the far back of the base, you can see that there's kind of like a maintenance bay where there are 2 TIE fighters being worked on. It's the evening, so there's not a whole lot of activity right now. And then they lead you you climb up to a platform, and then you look up, and there is this long set ladder that goes up outside the base, around the wall. It's lit with these little red lights. and they take a ladder and hook it on there, so you can get to it. And he's like, "There's the climb. Good luck."
Thank you. When's the specialized team supposed to get here?
They seem pretty eager, so they should be. They probably will meet you when you get to the top.
Oh, they're flying in, or?
Oh yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you. Not making our way up.
So yeah, it is
Geezer pulls out a data pad and makes a big red X in front of the access ability of the array.
Accessibility.
Failed step 1.
Start climbing up.
All right, so you guys both can give me athletics rolls. A fail does not mean you fall off, the thing. I'm going to give you 2 difficulties. It's going to determine how long it takes to climb up this thing, because it's kind of a precarious climb.
Not.
So 2 threats.
Need to give you WD-40. You're squeaking again.
So Ava, you have no problem with this geezer climbing up the ladder. It's just looks very awkward, and you have to slow down at times to make sure geezer is able to climb up, like helping him along.
1, 2.
Oh, and Geezer is also carrying a big satchel or backpack of a lot of tools and
Okay.
other miscellaneous crap as well.
So yeah, so that's what's taking some time. Having to kind of stop and readjust the backpack and, make sure the tools don't fall out.
And of course, I say very loudly,
Well, I didn't expect to have to climb for 17 kilometers.
Seriously, how short was this stormtrooper? I'm getting a wedgie just wearing this thing.
I will say you take at least 1 point of strain from that.
done.
Okay, so you guys are climbing up like this ladder out the outside. And as you're climbing, getting close to the top, you hear what sounds like the shield, some kind of generator power down. And out of the night sky, you can see a Lambda shuttle making its way, beginning to land on top of the array. And that's a good point to take a break.
So happy I brought my gun. This might mess up my pacifist run.
No, yeah, I would say so.
Pretty good time to have some grenades, don't you think?
Oh, well.
Sorry, I can't hear you over the sound of my sniper rifle and my upgrades.
This is what you see. You see the Lambda shuttle landing as you haven't gotten to the top of the array yet. You're probably you're still below it. I mean, you're just about there. You see a Lambda shuttle closing, flapping the wings up, coming down, landing on the top of this plateau.
Oh, boy. So, wait a minute. The rest of us are supposedly watching out for this, right? The shuttle will be really obvious, right?
Yeah?
Okay. So, Vortigern pipes up and goes, that doesn't look good. Can we, buzz their face and get the shuttle to follow us?
I mean, what could go bad? What could go wrong here? I mean, what's wrong with the shuttle landing there?
You mean other people being there while our friends are trying to surreptitiously plant devices there?
Exactly. They show up while our friends are there. If we show up, then our friends are going to look guilty. Our friends are there routinely. The shuttle must be there on a routine.
I'm not so sure about this.
I wouldn't worry about it unless I see blaster shots.
Do we have comms with these? Do we have comms with the guys on the away team, as it were?
Yes.
With the red shirts on the away team?
You have comms with both of us. It's integrated into the Stormtroop armor, and I think Geezer has it integrated into the body itself.
Okay. Well, then we will trust you to call if you need a distraction.
I don't think we've got anything to worry about. I think it's going to be just fine.
How did you live your life this long with such a positive attitude? Soldiers who believe there's nothing to worry about get shot in the front and the back.
Oh, do I look like a soldier to you?
You do not.
Good point.
Speaking.
I am merely a well-respected Twi'lek going through life doing my thing.
All right. The Lambda shuttle is about to land. You guys on the other ship, will say you spot it because there's not a lot of traffic right now. So there's definitely a ship coming in. What do you wish to do? Wait and see?
They've got comms. They can yell at us if they want a distraction.
Yeah, they'll let us know if there's a problem. But there's not going to be any problem. They're going to get up there. They're going to plant the device. They're going to plant the explosives. And it's all going to be good. They're going to come out. We're gonna go. We'll have some more solid. It'll be great. Have you had solid? I'll have to get you a bottle.
Okay, the Lambda shuttle lands. The ramp begins to open. Are you guys getting all the way to the top, or are you stopping?
We're heading all the way to the top. We have a
Okay.
top. We're expected.
Yes, you're at the top of the array.
Where you're supposed to be.
With that roll, right, you got an advantage. I will say there's nobody else up here. There's no other soldiers up here.
Okay.
You got 2 successes with that roll. So there's no stormtroopers up here. The shield generator has been turned off so the ship could land. And you see a man in a black Imperial suit get out. Well, Josh, you would immediately know this guy is ISB.
Oh, joy.
He's Imperial Security Bureau, and he's putting on his hat. He's just all in a hot. He's like straightening out his shirt, like, "Excuse me, what's the meaning of this?" And he is flanked by 2 stormtroopers who come out with him.
I'm going to look at the ship. Do I see pilots on the ship at the controls of it still?
Yes.
Okay, not good.
Well, Geezer is going to step up and have his data pad up, and he's going to read off the name of the different types of inspections, about 30 different inspections that need to be done that are way past due. And as he does this, he's going to casually walk past the shield generator and just, is there any way to like quickly disable, like is there like a power cord that could easily be tripped over or something like that?
I'm right about to get on comms and say we need a distraction at this moment as well. Have to fly over or something.
Let's see. What would be
Like if there's a very delicate piece of equipment on it that I could fall on or something like that.
Accidentally trip and plant your butt on the self-destruct button.
my first thought would be computers, because there might be some kind of panel or something that you would recognize that if you accidentally like elbowed, you might shut it off or something. Maybe something like that.
Just casually,
Okay, I have to make this a hard check because I don't think they'd set it up that somebody could just stumble and hit it. But 3 difficulty if you want to try that. If you want to try computers.
All right. Is it ready?
Yeah, it's ready. Geezer. Oh. So yeah, so apparently this has happened before, and they've got like a big plastic thing cover over it now. So you like bang into it, but precisely for this reason, because people have hit that damn thing and shut the generator off. But now you know where it is.
Okay. Well, I just completely ignore that. Like it didn't even register, and I just keep walking with my data pad out, listing off all the different inspections that I have to do.
And the ISB agent's like, what is this protocol? Who is this droid? Who authorized? He looks at you, Ava. He's like, what is this protocol droid? I'm not familiar. Check the regs for this droid.
Standard inspection. And I'm gonna say on the comms, guys, we need a distraction. Blast this Lambda shuttle. That's through the internal comms in the helmet.
Admiral Falco woke me from my sleep. These inspections aren't due. We don't have the mandatory parts or anything to complete any sort of repairs. This is not scheduled for another 3 months. This is very irregular. Who gave you your orders?
Meanwhile, I'm teaching Oregon and Zavir how to play craps. It's this ancient game that nobody's ever heard of before.
You're the pilot. Go, go, go. Buzz the base. Do something.
I turn the volume down on the comm links and go, I didn't hear anything. Now, if you roll snake eyes.
At this, Geezer flips his data pad over so that the little dude can see it, and I'll say,
I don't know. I was told to inspect this base. It is overdue, and I'm here and I'm inspecting it.
Fine, I'll go over and start firing up the ship.
Okay. You want to make a piloting roll?
I guess.
Yeah, I set the difficulty. 3 advantages with 2 failures. It is Geezer's ship, so, probably there's a very set way to like power this ship up because it does have a couple faults. I mean, you get the ship up and moving, and maybe you kind of scrape it against the side of the interior plateau wall and rocks are coming down. However you want to use that advantage.
I'm just getting a feel for this thing, that's all.
Do you not have a pilot's license? Have you even been trained?
Hey, I know how to fly. That's what really matters. Let's get over there and we'll help our friends. What do you suggest that we do? I mean, you want me to buzz the base? Do you want me to make a strafing run? I mean, what do you suggest? What can this thing do?
The ship does have guns for those who remember.
We're not supposed to start a war. That's the opposite of what we're doing. Let's just buzz the base. Claim we have engine problems. The way you fly, that'll be that claim will be obviously true.
Hey, there is absolutely nothing wrong with the way that I fly. This damn droid's got this thing rigged up 6 ways from Sunday. I just gotta figure out what he's got going on here.
Abysmal handling for one thing.
That's true.
Zamir, why are you talking to people? All I know is the military speak.
I begin circling the base.
I am, it is a skill that I am working on.
Oh, like he's working on piloting? Weird.
She just sees this piloting and like, secretly hopes that she's better at negotiating than his piloting.
I start circling the base. Can I see the Lambda shuttle?
Oh yeah.
And can I see the occupant?
Yeah, you see this. So you can see the shuttle. You can see Ava. You can see the crowd up there. You can see everybody. You've gotten their attention because this ship has come out, and whatever racket you made coming out, whatever damage, hopefully cosmetic, to the ship that you've sustained, that you've gotten their attention with the advantages.
I'm lining up that run to go buzzing them where they're at with the Lambda shuttle on the comms, and I say, yeah, how's it going down there, guys? I mean, I'm sure you're not really going to need us to do anything silly here, right?
I gotta see if I have gunnery.
You have agility. That's enough.
No, I actually have one. I actually bought a rank in gunnery and 3 agility. So I'll just tell Yuska to let me know if I need to fire, and I'll head for the I'll head for the guns on this thing.
Yeah, just stay there with your finger on the trigger, but don't pull it unless I yell at you. God, he's gonna pull that trigger anyway. Oh God, he's gonna pull that trigger anyway.
Excuse me, I know not to put our friends in jeopardy. I'll only fire if it'll be worse for them if I don't.
I knew I could count on you. God, I hope he doesn't pull that trigger.
All right. So yeah, you're getting ready to fly, do maybe a strafing run or a close flyby, as this ISB agent is confused at all these checks that are supposed to be done by some droid he doesn't recognize and is not sure, and he's questioning Ava, like, where are you from?
Is that one of yours?
What? And he looks, he's
I
like,
just point.
During this time, Geezer is just going to walk over to the panel that needs to be inspected and opens it up and starts inspecting.
Distraction and point at the Lambda shuttle that's flying at our ship that's flying up there, and just try and get everyone's attention on that damn thing.
The ISB agent just stops what he's doing and kind of looks up and sees that ship. He's like, that's a bit close for this. He's a bunch of barbarians down in this planet. So yeah, they're kind of like staring up at the ship. What are you guys going to do who are on the ship?
Sort of keeping an eye on the situation, but other than that, doing the standard gunnery checklist, turn movement check, power check, or ammunition, or whatever the hell you do for, a shipboard gun to get it up and ready.
Okay.
I begin to emulate a stall maneuver, a power stall. Only, it's a spaceship, so you can't really power stall. But I take it into a sharp climb straight up, and I get up about 15,000 feet and just cut power, and it slowly comes over. And as it gets down close to the ground, I recover and start circling again.
As we see that thing falling, I'm gonna go, that's coming right towards us. Maybe we should get off of this thing.
Okay.
If you kill us, I will rip this gun out of its mouth and turn it on you.
Hey, I got this. I mean, we're 7,500 feet above ground here. I just leveled out. We're fine.
All right. Give me a
I'm pointing at the obvious ship falling right down on top of us right now.
I'm going to upgrade that to a red. So it's going to be a hard check because this ship is kind of, well, you know what? No, I'm going to take it down one because this ship is kind of in, you might be able to do that, not on purpose, but, so yeah, give me another piloting roll. Okay.
Well, we had a ship.
So you start doing this maneuver, the handling is complete garbage, and you're you're trying to climb, and it looks like a wounded duck out there. You got 2 advantages. You don't take any strain. What would be the advantages?
We don't actually fall out of the air? Never mind.
It doesn't hit the ground.
No one vomits?
The advantage would be that the ISB agent sees this ship and then sees you climbing, and then all of a sudden the ship starts plummeting to the ground, just like you'd planned. But you realize the power, like you cut that power off, but that power is just not coming back on. It's just like whoop, and you are in a free fall in this ship. And that ISB agent sees that, and he says, "Let's go." And he tells his troopers to run back into the Lambda shuttle as they prepare to leave to get the hell out of Dodge. They don't want to get hit by this thing coming straight down.
Yep, good idea. And I'm going to start heading towards it, Geezer, and going like, okay, time to go, quick.
Very quickly attaching the doodad that has to be attached.
So the thing that gets all 3 of them.
Yep.
Good.
Okay,
Eyes on the prize.
Give me a computer's roll. It's going to be an average difficulty.
It's okay to use a light side point for this to make sure it works.
We'll do that.
Guaranteed victory, come on.
That is a null roll. So you're just kind of looking up, and you're like, oh, wow, that's my friggin' ship. As it's coming down, it just will take you another turn to do it. It's not necessarily a success or failure, but
Did that have the light side point?
yeah, it upgraded her one of her die. Yeah.
Oh no.
I see the ship falling, and Geezer yells into the comm.
Press the blue button.
I press the blue button.
I run up to Geezer and go, Geezer, pay attention to the thing. We have to get out of him.
Paul, another piloting space check.
Someone help Paul.
This is going to be a hard check. You got another light side point you could use.
What do you think, guys?
I think yes, so we don't lose the ship.
Yeah, and the majority of our players.
Go ahead and roll.
Piloting? That's not good.
Well, it could have been worse.
So I killed us all.
The ship is in free fall. The power does not come back on, but you have 2 advantages.
Does anybody know how to get the power back on?
The advantages are that you manage to glide it slightly, so it's not going to land directly on the tabletop, so you have a little bit longer to come up with an idea.
Yeah, okay, I'll take that. Yeah, the ship just like goes right over your head, misses the array, and it's heading down the plateau. Geezer, if you want to attempt another.
Geezer yells into the comm again.
Press and hold the blue button.
All right, that'll give you a boost die when you make your piloting check. If you want to roll another average computers check to see if you can install this.
Triumph.
Yeah, you got a triumph. Let's see. You realize that this communications array, this decoder, you go to set it up, and it's like somebody didn't plan this out all the way. Like the wires don't match up. Like somebody gave you this without thinking about how it would be inserted. However, you did get a triumph. You realize that there's actually like a cord that you can just literally plug this thing right into. So instead of splicing a bunch of wires together, there's like this little USB cord that you can kind of pull out and just plug in.
Oh, nice. We got a dongle.
Unfortunately, this uses the Firewire port, and we only have USB-C on this device.
Wait a minute. All those instructions, these 2 ports look compatible. Click.
Yep, so Geezer plugs it in, fires
Okay.
it up.
Time for us to go.
All right. You get a boost die because you're supposed to press and hold the blue button.
I press and hold the blue button.
I think you
Yes.
have to use the
With
last
my-
little light side.
Yeah, I would use the last light side point.
Okay.
Use the
Yeah.
force.
If anybody else wants to do anything as the ship is careening to the surface of the planet here,
Someone give him a massage.
if anybody has any last words or last right, oh, I shouldn't say that.
Sorry. Combat skills, not anything else.
Oh, use gunnery to shoot the ground so it softens the landing.
It's not the worst idea in the world.
It's like water.
Look, what you do is you shoot and you use the repelling force. Every
Recoil.
action has an equal and opposite reaction to lift the nose.
Blasters don't have recoil.
Are you
Actually,
sure?
they do. They're not
Oh, yeah.
laser-based. They use Tabana gas, so technically it's a gas-chemical-based reaction, so it would have recoil. You'll be fine.
Time to make the roll.
Yep.
All right, I'm pulling back and trying to pull up as hard as I can. That's a success.
Yes,
And a threat,
with
and a
2
threat.
threat.
Someone poops themselves, I'm certain, with one of those.
Just at the last second, the power button kicks on, and you strafe the ground, probably scraping apart the hull a little bit, even though the hull is patchwork anyway. And you take 2 strain.
I don't know what everybody was worried about. I knew I had this in the bag.
Someone smell his pants.
All right, so the ship just barely makes it, and you guys have inserted the device on there. The Lambda shuttle has gotten up and flies in the air and kind of circles around a couple times.
Oh, we're leaving. We're gone. Goodbye.
Yeah,
Yep.
you guys are climbing down the ladder.
Nope, I'm still inspecting.
Oh,
We're
okay.
leaving. Let's go. No, geezer, bad geezer, we're out.
Hey,
This is
don't
our
forget
time
to-
to escape. We're going to be killed if we don't leave right now, and your ship just took damage. We have to fix your ship.
Don't forget to set those charges.
Already set. Just don't look under your bed. Come on, geezer. Work's done. Good job.
And I go back to the shield generator where that little plastic panel is, and I
Yep.
smash it.
Okay. You pull something out of your tool bag.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, you smash. You don't have to roll. You smash. You smash it, and then you guys start climbing down the ladder. The Lambda shuttle flies around a couple times and then lands again.
Getting down as fast as we can. First thing I say to the guards, yeah, you have ships falling out of the sky. I'm not staying around here any longer than I have to. We are out of here. Inspection, you're good. We're gone. Later.
So you guys are climbing down. You guys are on the ship. What are you guys doing?
Land the ship safely now.
Hey, what? I got this. It's fine. We're good to go. I'm gonna, take the ship back to wherever we can hide as soon as we can see our friends on the speeder and moving away.
Okay.
So I can tell my uncle Cho'Tesh about the how successful we were at planting these charges.
So you pull back and you take the ship back into the dock where you had it before. You land the ship, and as you look out, you can see that there are 3 stormtroopers running in your direction.
I look around for the liquor cabinet. Do we have a liquor cabinet on the ship?
I don't know, geezer. Is there a liquor cabinet?
There's an oil cabinet with different types of oil in it.
Yeah, exactly. WD-30, WD-50, 10W5.
But they're not labeled like that. They're in lovely liquor decanters, so you don't actually know it's oil in there.
So I grab some 10W5 and I start stumbling out of the ship.
What's the other 2 doing?
He's following. Or
Okay. Are you stumbling as well?
She will attempt to stumble.
Okay.
As in, like, she's going to, like, try to put on an act.
All right.
She's trained in classic ballet. She doesn't stumble well.
You hear this muttering from the direction of the gunnery console. Must not fire, will fail mission. Must not fire, will fail mission.
What do you think of that, Zebra? I told you I could do a power stall. And I did a power stall.
I saw it. It was very impressive.
You felt it. You felt it.
I don't know what I feel.
But you're gonna have to, and I'm like, swaying and doing the whole thing. You're gonna have to pay up.
I didn't agree to that.
5 credits, you said. 5 credits that I could do a power stall.
You hear a rhythmic thumping inside the ship as Vortigern has decided that punching the wall is probably the only way he's going to relieve the stress.
So the 3
Does that sound like the reactor's about to go critical when they hear that thumping?
So the 3 stormtroopers show up. One looks like probably somebody, the guy in charge, probably a sergeant. He grabs you. He's like, "You piloting this ship? What are you doing?"
Oh, hey man, how you doing?
You're drunk.
I'm not drunk. You're drunk. Look, you gotta let Severe here pay me the 5 credits. I told her I could do a power stall. Be a power stall. Just because I almost crashed don't mean nothing. It's not against the law to drink and pilot, is it?
You put critical equipment and personnel in danger.
What, did they die?
Or did they get destroyed? And she just looks up.
Maybe you need to.
I was in complete control the entire time.
The guy looks at the other guys. Look, get the specs on that ship. Find out who's it registered to. He looks at Usig and Zavir. It's like, I don't know, the 2 of you. I don't know. Maybe you need to sleep it off at the garrison.
I mean, can we just go home and sleep it off? It would be better that way.
Yeah, my bed's more comfortable than anything in a garrison. I mean, but I'll do whatever you tell me to do, boss. Just
Yeah, there might be some. We might have some questions for you.
as long as Severe here can I need my 5 credits. I told her I could do a power stall, did a power stall.
Well, it's going to get you. You're going to need about 500 credits.
500 credits?
Yeah,
What for?
for all the fines and citations we're going to give you for that flying.
There was nothing wrong with like flying.
He did do a power stall.
I did power stall.
Yes. So you got a name?
Yeah, is Uskig.
I am sorry, officer, sir. He has not have Solak for a while, and I think he had too much. He remembers what his tolerance used to be,
I had just enough.
and it is not what it used to be.
There's still rhythmic thumping coming from inside the ship there.
There's obviously some sort of internal damage too. We can hear it. Some sort of
The bunnies have escaped.
some sort of sprocket or something's come loose. We can hear that thumping in there. He tells one of the guys, "Go check it out. Make sure nothing's going to fall apart and damage the port here, the docking area." We're going to run your credentials to see if you've got any outstanding warrants.
Clean as a whistle.
He steps away for a second. You don't know, this belongs to some captain, Hazelwood. You don't know where they are right now. Are you him?
I'm not Captain Hazel. No, I'm not him.
I have never heard of him.
I mean, I just, we went
Oh,
for
great. So
it's
now,
my friend's ship.
now they're going to prosecute us for Grand Theft Spaceship. What?
It's
Who
my
is
friend's
Captain
ship.
Hazelwood?
Does he know? Does he know you're taking his ship out for a joyride?
Well, he doesn't mind if I fly his ship. I mean, he might be a little upset that I did a power stall. Because, you're not supposed to be able to do is a power stall in there.
But he wouldn't have been upset if he saw it.
I bet he's going to be pretty proud I can make that ship do a power stall.
He's not going to be pretty excited when we impound this ship.
Oh, no, please don't do that. It's not his fault.
So you're going to take the responsibility for that, I take it. And
You say 500 credits?
yeah, it's 1,000 now.
Why is it 1,000? You just said 500.
Right. The terms have changed.
That wasn't part of the deal.
It is now.
But I don't have 1,000 credits, but I got 500.
Oh,
I
you
could just
sure?
give you 500 credits, like right now. But that would leave me only a few credits left to go in, and I'm gonna need breakfast. Y'all want breakfast? I'll buy you breakfast. Breakfast sounds good, don't it? Man, I got the munchies.
All right, we'll settle for 750.
Do I have 750 credits? I guess I'll have to pay 750 credits. I'll give him 750 credits. I mean, but does that mean I get to go have breakfast now?
Do whatever you want. You're just not flying this ship. We've revoked your piloting credentials.
That's okay. I didn't have any.
You were never. You weren't cut out to be a pilot anyway.
I just need a little training. That's all. I'll get better, I promise.
So maybe in another galaxy far, far away.
Come on, let's go get breakfast.
So the stormtrooper comes up into the ship and sees you banging on the. Is there a problem?
I look over at Eamon and go, yeah, the problem is I'm not allowed to do this to the damn pilot. And I go back to banging the wall.
I get reassigned. It'll be a great day. The guy leaves, and the sergeant's like, "Look, we got our credits. Let's get going."
Well, see you then.
So as they walk away, I look at Severe and I go, they're pretty susceptible to bribes. We might be able to use this.
I'm not surprised. They probably just use it for drinking money later.
Yeah. Drinking money, retirement money.
Well, let's get back inside.
Hey, whatever you say. I'm done flying.
Yeah, you see those guys. They leave and walk off to making their rounds through Leb'Reen. You guys climb down that long ladder. The Lambda shuttle has landed back on there, and you get down there, and a couple stormtroopers are kind of like looking around, going, "You all right? I mean, that ship came kind of close."
Oh yeah. Let's just say this. You passed inspection. We're getting out of here. Good job, everyone. Just walk right to the, damn land speeder. Just leave.
Geezer walks over to one of the data ports and hits some buttons and prints out an inspection report on actual paper, which is unheard of. and rips it off and hands it to them, and then walks away. Doesn't say a word.
What am I supposed to do with this?
No comment, just leave.
Inspection complete.
All right. You get in the land speeder and leave the garrison. You notice the Lambda shuttle, from what you can tell, has not left. It is still on top of the plateau. Are you all meeting back at Shassa's, or are you going to Cho'Tesh first?
I'm going to Shassa's. But
Yeah,
she's
go
the one
there.
I know. Pardon me.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go there first.
So she is there. You guys kind of make your way in, and she's like, "Good work. It is about online. Heard a shuttlecraft come in, but seems like you were able to accomplish what you needed to."
It cost me 1,000 credits, though. I mean, I had to pretend like I was drunk and flying to cause a distraction.
It only cost you 750 credits.
Oh, that's right. It must have been the solid. It was 750 credit, and I give you an elbow in the ribs.
I assumed you were drunk and flying with that flying.
They were trying to go for 1,000 credits. They started at 500, and all of a sudden they bounced to 1,000. But then I managed to talk them down to 750. They called it fines, but I think you might find that the local stormtroopers are pretty pliable to bribes.
Oh yeah, that's how we get supplies and what little we can in and out of here.
I mean, that should go a long way towards getting us some grenades and other goodies, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I'll open the small bit of supplies we have and sell you some equipment. Yes.
Okay, then.
You got those charges planted, right?
Yep, everything was taken care of.
Because I'm going to have to go to Cho'Tesh and let him know that those charges are there.
Everything's been taken care of. Smooth as castor oil. No problem. Except for a ship nearly landing on our heads. I do remember that.
But everything was fine, wasn't it? Everything worked out great. We got the information coming in. We got the charges planted. Everybody's going to be hunky-dory. I told you this would all work out. And see, and I look at Vortigern and I say, and see, Uncle didn't go and attack. I told you it would work.
If I see you in the pilot's chair again, I'm going to turn you into the consistency of blood jam.
Well, next time you fly.
I will, and better.
With blackjack and hookers. Anyway, we should probably take a look at what you have in your stores as well.
Okay, Geezer, who has gotten a good taste of bloodlust at this, looks around and asks Sasha Dinn,
What kind of aircraft facilities do you have around here right this second? Because, number one, both of their TIE fighters are undergoing maintenance right now, and the shield generator is down. So I don't know if you have anything that can take advantage of this particular situation right now.
The idea is not to kill them, though. We want them to think everything's fine. Remember? Gather the intelligence.
and then Geezer glitches for a little bit and goes,
Yes, right, yes,
Geezer, are you okay?
yes, okay.
Doesn't mean you can't mess with them. I mean, that is the case. You don't have to kill anybody, but you could be a nuisance.
It's probably best not to engage in anything we don't want to engage in quite yet. Let's just gather the intelligence and ambush supply shipments coming in so we get a bunch of goodies, as opposed to attacking the base, in which case they reinforce it and then start shooting us.
So she goes back into like a back room and opens up like a large case of supplies and weapons and equipment, and you can purchase said items.
Okay. Now, are you doing this now, or do we just do this offline?
It's up to you. I mean, we could do it right now in game if you want, or would you rather do it at another point in time?
Well, practicalities. I know we got paid. I'm looking 11,000, it looks like, but I don't know how we split it.
We split it 4 ways at the time. 11,000.
I wasn't there for that.
Paul, you got money from the other group, so.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right. So also you have a ship that requires maintenance because, like I said,
Is she willing to give us any credit in the store for the $750 in fines that I paid for the 750 credits and fines that I paid?
the free Ryloth Movement appreciates your contribution.
Serve you right.
You get a massage.
Hey, gets a discount, right?
See how much an actual blaster, how much a blaster is.
What do you have for black market, Paul? What's your
Let me see. You mean Underworld?
yeah, underworld, yeah.
My rank is 0.
Okay, but how many dice you got in it?
2, it looks like.
2 green? Okay.
2 green.
All right, let me do some rolls here. So she's got a blaster pistol, just one. It is not in it's 400, but it's not in good condition.
Okay, how does that work in this system?
You get a setback die. It's minor. It will need repairs.
Okay, and is that something I can? Okay,
Yeah,
I can
that's
look
something
up
you
the
can do it.
repair.
Yeah,
Mechanics.
yeah.
So no blaster rifle. Upgrade a piece at a time.
How about the armored clothing? It's the only thing I can think of.
That I might be able to help you with, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Like armored clothing? I can
Well,
get
not like a stormtrooper, but, just something to, cover my liver.
Does she have a long range, handheld or a long range comm link? That's the communication I was talking about.
Yeah, you can get one of those. Yeah. So anything for the book price, anything that's like mundane item, I would say, but like weapons and armor and shit like that, grenades are going to cost a little bit more.
I'm going to go ahead and since I have stormtrooper armor now, apparently, I'm going to go ahead and give my heavy armor to our lovely little Esker. He needs it more than I do.
Heavy
Okay.
battle armor?
I have the armored clothing. You can.
Armored clothing? Oh.
Yep, and I will
Actually,
give
I was sitting looking at it going, padded armor is better than armored clothing, isn't it?
Well, defense means they get 1 black dice. I'm giving him my armored clothing, Peter,
Okay.
because apparently I have stormtrooper armor now, which actually is fitting because my character's next stormtrooper. So
Oh, well, this is very nice. You planted those bombs and you gave me some armored clothing. Well, that's just some more money I can put into the ship.
yeah, you're probably going to need to get those tailored a bit because I have a feeling I'm a little shorter than you.
I'm sure we can work it out.
You don't happen to have any modifications for weapons, do you? Like a foregrip or a marksman barrel?
Yeah, I'm not even going to roll for the forearm grip. She's got one because the rarity is like 1.
Oh,
So she's got one for 250. The marksman barrel, it's a rarity of 4. She's got one, but again, it's not in very good shape. It needs some work too. It needs some work.
I can get to work on that then. Who do we have here that's good at mechanical stuff? Geezer, how good are you doing mechanical things?
Geezer's mechanical stuff is going to be spent on the ship. So if you need Geezer to do mechanical stuff, you're going to have to get in line behind, I don't know, fixing the damage on the ship.
No, it's not going to be money. I mean, doing mechanical stuff in general over time, because we
Oh yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
So it's the book price 1,200, and yeah, it's going to take a check to fix it.
Okay, perfect. And as much as I'd like other things, I don't think I can afford the other mods I would enjoy, but that's okay.
The only other thing I could think of that I might want is like an extra power pack for my blaster rifle. Like I should have something like an electronic lock breaker, but if I carry that, they might figure out what I'm up to. It's like getting caught with, a ski mask and a skeleton key and black clothing.
Yeah, extra power pack is under common items, and it is, I think, 10 credits per.
Yeah, you can get a couple of those then.
Okay.
It's not a big. I think it only comes up if you get like a despair when you roll to attack something, and DM decides that's going to be a situation where that
Power
happens.
pack is gone.
Yeah, I have an extra one as well in case. Extra reload is what it's called, and it's 25. 1 encumbrance, 1 rarity.
And she have any frag grenades?
Let's see. Rarity.
She gave me a stun one, so I just need a frag grenade or another stun grenade if I have to. I'm only carrying 2 grenades at a time.
She has a frag grenade. It's going to cost you 150.
I bought it.
Okay.
That's highway robbery.
I'm going to see if she's got Ebola.
Does she have Ebola?
Yeah, Ebola.
A melee? You mean the melee weapon?
Yeah, the things you swing around and you ensnare somebody with them.
Yeah.
Does she look like she needs to be placed in quarantine with Ebola?
Yeah, she's got one of those. Well, that's probably a mundane item, kind of.
Yeah. What's she
Okay.
want for that?
10 credits.
One deal. Frag grenade, Ebola, 2 power packs. So 180 credits, and I got some to go towards the ship.
That is the next question: is how much does our ship cost?
Okay, so the faltering deflectors, the abysmal handling, or the patchwork hull.
How much it's 10% for 2 of them and 20% for 1 of them.
Yeah, so the base is 85, so 10% obviously is 8,500 credits to fix. She can cut you a deal to repair some of the ship. Well, you know what? Who's got negotiation?
I think that's
Doesn't Vortigern have somebody had negotiation? Oh no, Zabir said she had negotiation.
Yeah, no, I don't have negotiation. How much did you say extra reloads were?
25.
25? Okay.
Okay, what's everyone's negotiation when it comes to green? Who has more than 2 green dice for that?
Don't think it's going to be me, but I'll take a peek.
Zavir's got 2 green.
Okay.
Actually, I got 3.
Yep.
Okay, in that case, you're the best shot we got.
And negotiation? Okay.
Yep.
Presence, right? Yeah, no, I've got a 3 in presence.
All right. You're going to get boost die because of you've assisted here, helping with this, getting the array set up. You also get a setback because there could be some issues getting this thing because the Empire, they've threatened to impound the ship.
What are we trying to get?
You're negotiating a price to do a repair on the ship.
Come on now, Shassa. You know that I mean, we're spending good credits with you. We've done good services for you. I mean, I worked that deal for you with my uncle. So I mean, now he didn't make the attack. You gotta be able to give us a good price on this. Failure and a threat.
Yes, it will cost 8,500. That will go into getting the ship out of any kind of the impound fee is aka the bribery fee is included in there.
So it's not you that's really going against us. It's having to grease the wheels. I understand.
Well, Giza, here's 750 credits to help pay for repairs to the ship.
I'm probably going to give at least 1,000 because I was going to spend that on armor and it was given to me.
All right.
So I'll spend at least 1,000, maybe more.
I'll check in 1,000.
Okay.
Does she have any kind of spice? Maybe like Ababush or
He's looking for drugs now.
What's the rarity on that spice?
Ababush is a rarity of 6. Damn.
And what's the cost?
25.
25 credits?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
she's got
R. It says R25.
So wait a minute. Let me get this straight. You were sober and you almost killed us. And now you want to buy drugs? I think you need to rethink that.
I think you need to go
I
home.
did not almost kill us. I distracted everybody. I saved our friends. And I got us out of it alive. And now I'm looking for something to be able to put bad guys to sleep when they're trying to mess with us.
I
think you just need to take a step back and talk to the hand and not the face.
for 50 credits she can sell you some.
For a dose or
Yep, for 1 dose.
okay.
Peter, out of
Yeah.
curiosity, what was the exact name of the explosives that I was given?
I don't know the exact name. I'll have to come up with an exact name.
Were they anti-personnel mines or were they anti-vehicle mines? I think they'd be anti-vehicle because they were trying to destroy us.
Yeah, I think that seems like that would.
In that case, I'm going to come out once everyone's done trading with her and when they're all doing their own thing with my backpack filled with the 6 mines, and I'm going to say, so about these, which are now for sale, and they're going rate of 1,400 each, according to the book, which are worth much more here, so I assume this will be very good for helping afford to fix our ship.
Okay.
So she's turning back in the mines that she supposedly planted for money. Okay. Don't forget to remove that remote control detonator.
I never installed the detonator on the mines.
Well, no, they had them installed automatically. How did you think they were going to set them off?
You have to install the detonator. That's how detonators work. You have to activate them by twisting and installing the detonator on mines.
Okay, anti-vehicle. Yeah, it would be an anti-vehicle mine. That would make that's the only way they could blow that shit up. Okay. Yeah. I mean, is that your plan to sell it back to her?
Yes, in order to help us go ahead and afford repairs for the ship. So Giza can fix what she wants. Of course, no one on the crew knows
What are you selling back to her?
I'm not selling anything back to her.
Sorry, I was reading.
No, you're good. We were discussing the concept, but there's nothing really for me to sell back to her.
Okay.
I'm just working on trying to fix the ship. But I think I might have worked out a deal that'll work for everyone's benefit.
I'll contribute 2,000 to fixing the ship if we can do anything to do that.
So straight up, you can do 1 repair for 5 out of 6.
Okay, I will give her 5 of them. Giza, you get to pick what you want repaired. It's your ship.
Well, having a hull integrity is kind of important, so we should probably fix that.
And then you have 2,000 credits from Eskog. You have 1,000 from Vortigern. You have 750 from me. So that's a total of 3,750. How much were you pitching in, Zavir?
How much do we need?
We need 8,500.
Well, Geezer was planning on contributing all 2,750 of his.
Okay.
I got 2,000 to go towards it.
Yes, we have that. So that means we have a total of, we're at 6,500, so that means 2,000 is still required. And I can give 1 more, Peter,
Yeah.
and that would mean how much more is still required after 1 more from 6,500.
Okay, so if you give all 6 of
Mhm.
those items and you come up with what, 6,500 credits,
Yes.
I'll let you do 2 repairs.
Okay, so we don't need severe then. Pick another thing, user.
You said abysmal handling or the faltering deflectors.
Yes.
Is that the 2?
Yep, the handling might be good considering what we witnessed today.
It wasn't me, it was the ship. And I look over meaningfully at Board again.
Yeah, let's fix the abysmal handling.
I'm telling you I'm a good pilot.
The handling had nothing to do with the engines turning off
Yeah,
and your inability to turn them on again.
But I was doing a power stall.
The problem is he didn't depress the clutch.
I thought it was because I didn't hold the blue button. Once I pushed and held the blue button, we were fine. Now, how was I supposed to know that? You don't normally have to press and hold the blue button.
I have said what I have said. I'm not changing it just because you are flapping your lips at me.
Yeah. Next time I'm flying, I'll just make sure I drop you out, okay?
Next time I kick you out of the captain's chair and do it myself.
How about next time we do a mission, we do one where we shoot things, so I'm not doing a bunch of stuff I shouldn't be doing.
You did.
Wait, weren't you the one who was trying to have a pacifist run?
We can do that check either offline or the next game. You don't have to do that now. Failing the check doesn't mean you got to come up with the money again to do it again. It just means it's going to take a little bit of time to have it repaired. So yeah, so she is very happy to get those items from you, Ava. So Yusik, what do you tell Cho'Tesh?
Uncle, it went so well. I pulled off a power stall. They put in the interrupter. Are you getting the information already? Now, did I make sure that I'll make sure that she's sending the information to him?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So did you get the information?
We have received a bit of information, yes. We've heard something about some sort of maintenance that was performed that was on the array, and that apparently the deflector shield is not operational, and they are back ordered on the parts to repair it, at least for 4 months.
Oh, the deflector shield is out of order. And so you're getting the information. That's what we promised you. My great friend Ava went ahead and planted all those things. She told me everything was taken care of. So, I admitted I had to turn over the charges to her. She was the one going into the base with our other friend. I was the pilot that you saw out there last night. Did you see the power stall I pulled off over top of the base? Oh, it was great. It was magnificent.
Okay, go ahead and give me a deception roll.
What's he deceiving?
Now, as far as I know, I'm not deceiving him.
That's a very good point.
Like,
okay.
Is deception the proper thing? Like, I'm not deceiving. I'm not.
Yeah, you're right. As far as you know, that's what happened. Correct. He seems very cautious about what you've said and is, of course, suspicious, but welcomes you back into the family once again. You have a bit of the drink that I can't pronounce the name of.
Solid.
He shares a glass with you. So I need the transmission to the other group. Josh, if you want to do it, just a quick blurb to tell them what you have accomplished so they know.
Was there a name to this base?
You can just call it the Leb'Reen Garrison or something.
Leb'Reen Garrison?
Yep.
Hello, failures. Well, we succeeded in going ahead and installing a communication uplink to the Leb'Reen Garrison, and we are currently getting all the information for Shassa, Dinn, All the Imperial transmissions are coming in and out, and we have it all under our control. So, as opposed to you who are incapable of achieving anything of use, we're getting stuff done. Later.
Okay.
Fucking that shit.
You were getting a massive payday from that holocron. She is pissed about that still.
A little
She
sassy.
was part of the crew that failed.
She was the crew that succeeded.
So yeah, you guys are at Leb'Reen. Probably what I will do is for the Thursday game, they will get a mission and you guys will probably get the second part of it. I just didn't want you guys to be doing the first part of a mission and then them do the second all the time. So
Yeah,
they'll probably get the first part and then you guys will have the second part.
sounds good.
Okay.
You get 10 experience points for this session. You got some credits. Make sure you account for that. We'll do some rolls to see if stuff on the vehicle gets repaired. We'll see how long you're around here. Any complications with what's happened? Maybe you might have to pay a little extra to get the ship out of the spaceport because it's been impounded.
We got 10 XP last session too, right?
Right. Yep. So you should have 20. Spend it or not. So
Okay.
Xavier's she's not gonna buy any like big equipment, but she's just gonna buy some of the more like the common commodity items.
yeah, that's fine. They've got that kind of stuff.
So yeah, I'll post in the chat what she's gonna get.
Okay. Yeah, you guys successfully took care of that. You didn't have to. Yeah, actually, we didn't have a single gun battle. It was amazing. I was planning on it a couple times, but it just never occurred.
Pacifist run still going strong.
Yeah, thanks for running.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for playing.
And as always, the whole plan came off without a hitch.
I'm gonna kill him.
Hey, on the bright note, we now have a stormtrooper on our side.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I appreciate it.
That's truly a blast.
All right.
Have a good night.
Night, everybody.
Take care.